Well, I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. The Sixers get another day off today, but starting tomorrow, it is time to get back into business at the Wells Fargo Center. Joel Embiid may be making his return, and I have a message for all the Sixers haters out there. Let's go.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome on into the show. Like always, if you do enjoy the content, hit the little thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. It goes a long way for growing out the channel. And hit that bell so you get all the notifications anytime we drop content or go live. Hope everybody had a great holiday. Like I said today, Sixers getting the day off, but tomorrow we finally return home with a weird time, 6 o'clock game up against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who, by the way, are 9-9 on the season. The Sixers sit at 10-9, and it is being reported from Adrian Wojnarowski. We did expect this from rumors we had heard in the past week, but the Sixers' plan is to list Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris as questionable for Saturday's game against the Timberwolves. Sources tell ESPN there's a real possibility that Embiid could make his return after missing 8 games with COVID. Now, in my personal opinion, Tobias Harris is probably going to play that game unless he has, still a lot of soreness. But I thought the plan was kind of to just give them a rest before they got home. Maybe Tobias is still dealing with something, so I hope he's doing okay. In terms of Joel, as we know, the COVID bug hit him harder than pretty much anybody else. He's already been out an extended period of time. So let's hope that he can come back. And if he doesn't, we also heard rumors and spurts from other guys around the league that Joel Embiid could return Monday as well against the Orlando Magic. So I would say, based off what we have heard, either tomorrow or Monday, Joel will make his return. Now, what does that do for this team? Everything. It does everything for this team. And I think people are just really forgetting about the Sixers, forgetting about everything we did in the first 10 games of the season, because Joel has missed the last 9 games of the season. People want to forget it's like a glimpse in time that the Sixers were 8-2 to begin this season. The ball movement, the chemistry, the bench, everybody, this team as a complete whole, everybody was just stepping up and playing together in spite of everything going on. There's even more rumors going on about 2-5, his financial situation. Could he make a return? I don't think so. I'm not even going to address that. But there's a lot of rumors still going around. But either way, this team is ready to come back together as a whole, and it feels like forever, man. It's been tough really watching this team over the last 9 games, going on a tough road trip and playing without not just Joel Embiid, but Tobias Harris for a handful, Matisse Thybulle for a handful, Isaiah Joe. All these guys were out. Some games were playing with 7 guys. It's tough. And before I get to what I want to say to some of the people out there, just another tidbit from today that I saw, and I just, it doesn't relate to the court, but I think it's important to notice. Tyrese Maxiell today and along with his family, joined a youth service to celebrate Philadelphia middle and high school students who have improved their attendance and grades this year. Maxey on giving back, quote, "When you have the ability to give back, you should always try to do it." I just wanted to point this out because along with the growth we've obviously seen on the court and, listening to some of his press conferences, this kid is just awesome, okay? And people want to talk about how bad Philadelphia fans are. Look at all the support, even beyond that, we have given Tyrese Maxiell in his second year, his first year actually playing, being a starter on this team. We've given this guy so much credit, so much worth. I just wanted to point that out, and this kid deserves it. He is special. I love what he's doing. I want to see him stay in this groove he's got going, even with Joel coming back. But just a great leader, and I expect a lot from the kid. Anyway, in terms of all these people that I'm seeing literally trash the Sixers, acting like we are just nothing, we're just some piece of trash in the wind, let me tell you something, okay? Listen to me closely. The Philadelphia 76ers, this is right, are about to tear up the league. That is right. When Joel Embiid returns, man, I do expect a few games for it to ramp up, for him to kind of get his conditioning back, get into his flow. And honestly, he never really got going that much when he was here. But I think Joel Embiid, along with the rest of these cats, like the impact that he brings, just so many things he does below the surface that go so unnoticed. This team is really going to get rocking and rolling again. And I think we're going to be a good team in the East. I don't know if we're ready to be a championship contender yet, but I think we have a lot of potential and upside. And I think once we sort out this 2-5 situation and whatever's going on or whatever's going to happen in terms of whether we make a move between December 15th and the trade deadline or however this plays out, I think if the Sixers add one more piece based off how I expect us to kind of mold together, I think this is going to be a really good team. You know, we play the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are 9-9. They have some good young talent. Obviously, Cat is still doing his thing, averaging almost 23 a game. He's shooting 45% from deep, I believe. 9 rebounds. He's an all-star. That's what he is. And then Anthony Edwards, I don't know if you caught that dunk he had the other night. Was it last night or the night before? I think it was the night before. That was unbelievable. That kid is special, okay? Anthony Edwards is special, and I have no problem admitting it. He's averaging almost 23 a game as well. And, you know, in his second year, he's just really, really stepping up, and it's going to be hard to stop the guy. I'm not going to lie, but overall, the Timberwolves as a team are struggling shooting from deep. We should be able to crash the boards, especially if Joel is back and kind of, you know, get a little physical with them. You know, obviously, Cat and Joel have the history. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Definitely a game I think we can win, and I think it would be huge to start the homestand on a dub. Overall, for the Sixers, though, hopefully we have our guys back. After the Timberwolves, we go on to play Orlando on Monday. Then we play the Celtics. Then we play the Hawks. And then we play the Hornets twice before we go and play a couple tough ones. I think this stretch right here is really going to prove how the Sixers can kind of mold together again and show glimpses of what we had going in the first 10 games of the season. When we were 8-2, probably should have been 9-1 if we didn't blow a terrible fourth quarter lead. And I just think this team has something special to it. And I think they're all playing together. They have that Philly grit right now, that toughness. And it's just been absent a bit because obviously when you're playing with 7 to 8 players every night, you get tired and you just, without your stars, it's hard to win. That's the truth of the matter. But I think this team's going to come back together. I would hope so. And I hope guys get ramped up. Ease your way in, whatever you have to do. But we need some W's. We need it bad. And I know we're probably not going to find as hot of a stretch as we had, you know, to start. And that's why that momentum break sucked. That's why the outbreak was terrible, because it's just hard to kind of get that chemistry back. But look, it's a long season. You do what you got to do, get the reps in. I'm expecting a lot from this team. I want to see Tyrese continue to expand his role. The kid has been flawless. Him alongside Joel Embiid, and then Tobias Harris as well, filling in as like the second and third option, or however we're going to use them. Obviously, we still have a lot to work on as a team. We're not a finished product by any means. But I do think that people have just kind of brushed us off. Oh, they lost a bunch of games. They don't really tune in and see that we're playing with 7 guys a night. So I think the Sixers are going to be a really, really good team this year. Better than expectations, at least. You know, I think we're going to at least exceed people who probably thought we were going to be a 6-7 seed without you-know-who. Who knows how that situation is going to get resolved? I mean, that's definitely a big question in terms of where we go. But definitely tomorrow night, a game I could see us winning. Back with the home crowd. Everybody's going to be amped up, especially if Joel makes his return. And if not, I think Monday's a good way to kind of get it going as well. But overall, the Sixers need to get back going. They need to find that identity again. And I just really hope Doc lets Tyrese go and play freely. I hope Tyrese and Joel run a lot of pick and rolls. And I really hope that the bench can step up and kind of show what they had showed in the first 10 games of the season. Because if they do that, we were calling this team one of the deepest in the league. And I truly believe some of these signings, right? Georges Niang, re-signing Furkan Korkmaz, even Shake is stepping up. If these guys play that way, Andre Drummond, right? We can really be one of those teams that fly under the radar. We don't need all the attention. Trust me. We do not need all the attention. We're just going to keep playing hard. We're going to keep playing with toughness, and we are going to wear teams out. I'm excited for it. I'm expecting Joel to finally get back to that MVP form, and I think it's going to be a good season. I do. But yeah, we'll get it started tomorrow. Hopefully these guys are back. I miss Joel. You know, I just miss Sixers basketball with Joel. It's just such a completely different product. It's not the same watching his team without Joel Embiid. Not at all, because not only does he score the ball, but he helps us in terms of a paint presence. His defense is impeccable. People seem to forget about it. There's so many things that kind of configure and connect together because of Joel Embiid, whether directly or indirectly. But those are just my thoughts. That's how I feel about it. Just wanted to come at you with some quick thoughts. I would love to hear from you down below. What are some positives you're seeing? What do you want to see from Joel? How do you want to see this team operate? Give me all your thoughts down below. in the comments section. Appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Like always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.